Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today we are talking about Splinterlands and we're specifically focusing on land. I recently did a video with my community member Jim. Thanks buddy for coming hanging out on that one. On December 30th we did a live event. We talked with the community. There was a question around land. A person had one plot of land which is valued around 600 bucks, and he said, if I open this land plot when land launches and this is a common or a low rarity, a common rarity card, you know, am I going to take a bath on this investment? Is it going to be worth significantly less after I open it? And conversely, what could it be if it was a legendary with, like, you know, some sort of special building or resource on it? And I think that's a hard question to answer, but I do believe strongly that it's $600 per plot is based on the wide-ranging variety of content that could be within that pack. You might have a legendary that's going to be worth more, and you might have a common that's going to be worth less, and that's why it's priced at 600 in my opinion. And so my advice was, look, I think you're going to want land. I think land is deeply meaningful. I think it's going to change the game of Splinterlands, and I'm excited for it personally. But the question then remains, from your personal situation, do you best benefit by holding on to that game-changing asset and hoping that yours is, you know, on the higher end of rarity, which is a lottery ticket? Or are you better and more optimally benefited by liquidating that asset and reinvesting in other areas? And this has got me thinking. And so that's what I want to spend the rest of the video talking about. Before I get into that, my name is Dwayne and I go by 1258. You can just call me 12. And my in-game name is Infidel 1258, and hence the branding on the channel and on the video below. If you ever want to send any sort of thank yous in the form of cards, you can send it to Infidel 1258. But if you want to speak to me, just 12 or Dwayne is fine, guys. Okay? So here's the thing. I own 100 plots of land and I'm back and forth, back and forth. Yes, I believe land will be literally life-changing for those who own it. I really mean that, because there's 150,000 plots and there's 400,000 people playing the game. That's not enough land for the existing number of players, and I own 100 of them. That to me means I'm land rich, and if this game goes where I expect it to, I think that resource will generate a massive amount of income for me that will be forever. Like, that'll be a passive revenue stream that I will benefit from for years and years to come, because I think this game is going to have that sort of runway. It's going to have that sort of lifetime. I think this game is going to be here in 10 or 20 years. Just as excellent games before, such as, I don't want to name names because I don't know if I get in trouble for naming other, I don't know how YouTube feels about name dropping of other companies. Maybe they don't want to be associated. So I've seen some problems with my analytics. So I'm not gonna mention, but the big games that we all know and love that we played for 20 years. I think Splinterlands is one of those. I think this is gonna be played in 10, 20 years. I'm still gonna be playing it. If that's so, I need this land. This is the problem where I'm at now, though, because it's gone from $1,500 worth of land to 60,000 US dollars. That's a massive price appreciation. And not only is it a massive price appreciation that could give me pause in terms of whether I hold it or not, because from a financial perspective, that's a huge magnification of my initial investment. And any wise investor would stop and say, well, okay, yes, it's awesome. Yes, I love it. Yes, I have high hopes. But what if it doesn't work out? Or here's an even better question, because I don't really think it won't work out. But that's something I raise that because you might need to wrestle with that. If you think this might not work out and you're sitting on land, yeesh, that's right there is a sell. Like, if your heart is shaking about where this is aiming, where this game is going, that tells me that you shouldn't be holding land going into what is probably a bear market for cryptocurrency. Because prices will decline and you will be scared and you'll sell it at a lower price. That's for those who are uncertain about the future of Splinterlands. But like me, I am convinced this game's going to be thriving in 20 years. The question isn't, is it going to fail? The question is, how could I best extract, how could I maximally extract the most reward for my time and attention here? $60,000 could buy me a lot of things in this. I could, you know, I could add 60% of cards. Like, I could I could magnify my deck in a major way by buying a ton of new cards, whatever card I wanted. Every legendary, every epic, every common, every rare. I could build a massive new deck, adding all kinds of power, maybe building new scholarship decks, which would allow my community like you guys to maybe play and revenue share with me because I wouldn't be able to play everything. How cool would that be? That's an opportunity. Everything has an opportunity cost, guys. If you stay on your land and if I sit on my 100 plots of land, there's an opportunity cost that I'm surrendering, that I'm giving up on, which is taking that liquidity, that $60,000, and putting it into a project like, for instance, building a scholarship program. But alternatively, and maybe more to the point, where I'm looking is what could I do with Chaos Legion packs? They're about to open on the general sale and be $4 a pack, and you know how I feel about Chaos Legion. I believe, first of all, the general sale will sell out within 2 to 3 months. Second of all, I believe that the $4 packs will one day be $40 per pack. Third, I think the cards inside of them are gonna be amazing, and we don't yet fully understand how amazing, because we get caught looking at things like the price points on here, and we get distracted by this price like it means anything. That's what people are buying and selling the Sunkai Harvester today, but that's not the price of it. That's not the price of it in 2 years from now. That's not the value of this thing. Especially when I look at cards like, let me give you a real good example, Chaos Knight. This is my, as far as the cheapest cards on the screen go, to me this card is excellent and worth well more than the price is reflected here. 7 cents per BEC. And I say at even silver, this thing is going to be a strongly competitive card with the giant killer and the shield and the good amount of hit points and armor, speed, and attack. I love this card, and I think it's worth at least $1 per BC, which would be roughly a 18x on my investment there if I was to buy copies of that. That's where I think the value of Chaos Legion cards could go. 18x, 20x, 50x, 100x, depending on some of these cards and how we end up defining the new meta. And that's going to be determined not just by our views, but also by the objective additions and subtractions that Splinterlands eventually does, whether it's with items and spells from land, or whether it's with new packs that come and then augment the synergies that we already know and love, right? And so, but that meta is going to evolve, and certain winners will be found. Certain cards will be identified as excellent, and everyone must have them, and those prices will boom. And that price will continue to grow because of the deflationary nature for, as far as I'm concerned, as long as the game exists. And if that's so, buying Chaos Legion cards, or what I'm talking about, focusing on right now, packs, is very wise, because the cards inside them are woefully undervalued at this moment in terms of the price point for what the value proposition is compared to the price. They have a high value, low price, and those cards are inside the packs that I'm talking about buying for $4. So I think $4 is a steal. I think those packs will sell out. I think they'll be worth $40 in the future or more. I think the cards inside the packs will be worth more, and we haven't even talked about airdrops. There's still going to be, by the time the general sale begins, I think we're going to have 11 more airdrops. Is that right? Let's go over here. Go over to shop. We go into airdrops. We know that we've got, this one's gone. Bakjira and Uriel are gone. Those will not be included with the general sale. So I am gonna, if I sold my land and I bought packs on the first day of the sale, I would be eligible for all of these airdrops. And guys, look at this, man. Like, think this through with me. Like, $60,000 US for the 100 plots of land, which is one tract, which is what I own. I could sell it as one unit right now at 60,000. Maybe I sell it for 60,000 bucks. I could buy with that money 15,000 Chaos Legion packs. 15,000 Chaos Legion. That number should be astonishing to you, because I feel like this is maybe a moment where I could leverage an amazing gain into another amazing gain. Well, let's look. I spent $1,500 on my land is worth 60 grand, and I spent $1,500 on it. So it's a 40x. What if I took my 40x and I turned it into 15,000 packs, and I times that by 10 because I think those $4 packs are gonna be 40 bucks. I'm turning $1,500 into $150,000. Do you see the thinking I'm putting to work here? It's not, I'm not saying that Bland is bad. I'm not saying that I think it's gonna fall. I'm not saying that I don't want it. I'm saying land's awesome and I want more of it, but I'm also trying to be a businessman here. I'm thinking, how could I extract the maximum reward for that investment? And it seems to me that land is pumped to a value that is probably appropriate, but I have an asset over here that I also love, Chaos Packs, that haven't pumped in any way because they're being sold at a bargain price of $4 per pack. In fact, this is the new lowest price for Chaos Legion because we've been paying $4 plus voucher for so long now. At first, I was paying $24 per pack during the pre-sale. I bought 1,000 packs at that level. Then in the general sale, I bought another $18,000 worth of packs. And now I'd be talking about spending another 60 grand. But the thing is, I just believe in the game. I believe in the cards. I believe in I do want the land. It's just like, of the options in front of me, which one would be the biggest home run? And it feels to me like the likelihood of land going from, my land going from $60,000 to $150,000 is, in the short term, unlikely. In the 4-year time frame, I feel that's almost a guarantee. In my opinion, a tract of land, I think, is going to be worth easily 3x from its today's price. That's my opinion. That's my prediction. That's my view on it and how I would base my own investment. Take that with a grain of salt and don't assume that you're not being promised anything by me. But I think my land will be worth easily $150,000 in 4 years. But here's the catch. If I sold it for 60 today, I could buy $4 packs, 15,000 of them, and I could turn 15,000 packs, like I think relatively soon, into 600 grand. That's the problem. That's the real thing here, because 15,000 packs times $40 is $600,000. And so forget about the $4 price point that it's being sold at now. Understand that it will sell out, whether it's in 2 months, 3 months, 2 years, it will sell out. And when it sells out, the packs will only be sellable by people like me who come into Hive Engine and who sell them on the marketplace. And they will go up in value, as packs always go up in value, because there is limited supply. Untamed is still selling for 60 bucks. They sold for $2 when I initially bought them. That's a 30x. I think the more I think about it, I think I might have to do this. I think I at least owe it to myself to list my tract of land for a price that I would be willing to say goodbye to it. And it would break my heart to sell it, but it also would be a huge life-changing opportunity. Guys, I wonder what you think about that. And I hope you hear the conflict in my voice, because I don't doubt land at all. But Chaos Legion hasn't even sold out, meaning the prices are still bargain basement, as low as they will go. Now, you might push back a little and say, no, they'll go cheaper, because when the general sale begins, people will buy $4 packs. People will buy $4 packs in here, and then what will they do? They'll buy $4 packs on Splinterlands, and they'll list them on Hive Engine for $2 or $3. That's true, but those will not include airdrops. Mine will include airdrops. Ooh, guys, and I haven't even given you the icing on the cake. So we're literally talking, first, before I go any further, there's one more point I need you to hear me on this. Stay tuned. If I did this, theoretically, I'm going to get 15,000 packs for Chaos Legion, and theoretically, those are worth $600,000 at the price point I'm expecting. At a 10x on my pack value, I'm expecting that $600,000 that I would have accumulated based on a $1,500 investment. That's what I paid for my land back when. I've 40x'd on my land, and I would 10x on the packs, and that's the way I think riches become wealth. That's the first thing. And I haven't even mentioned the airdrop points, guys. We're talking with land. I get, if you come over to the airdrops, this is not the right account, quickly log out, go back to Infidel. We go over to SPS and we see that I own 100 plots of land, which is 1 million airdrop points for land. Do you know how many airdrop points 15,000 packs is? 4.5 million airdrop points. I think I would be insane not to try and sell this for 60 grand. From the perspective of the price appreciation it's already received, and that it's unlikely to go another 10x before Chaos Legion goes 10x. Then from the perspective of Chaos Legion is selling for the cheapest possible price that it could to be inclusive with the airdrops. Then add on that the historicity that we can rely on from the untamed packs and betas and alphas and all those packs being sold for way more than they were initially cost, and the airdrop points, literally 4.5x on my airdrop points, which is going to give me way more SPS per day. That's probably by itself going to add 300 SPS. Hang on, it's about 9,000, so go to 9,000. It's going to add roughly, oops, 900 divided by 9,000. It's roughly 9,000 airdrop points per SPS. So I'm talking about adding 500 SPS per day to my daily income, which is going to do what? One, it's going to give me more asset that I really believe in, also SPS. Two, it's going to give me more rank battle rewards when SPS becomes a component of the rank battle payout, which I think is in July of 2022. I think I have to do this. Guys, let me know what you think in the description below, in the comments below. If you have any questions about what I'm discussing here, again, drop it. If you personally have a certain story or a journey on this land or, Chaos Legion packs, and you want to know how I would unpack your situation, again, just drop a comment and I'll do my best to get to it. Guys, thanks for all of your support, for your time and attention. Thank you to my members. I hope you guys noticed that I've been dropping your names at the end there, doing the in the live video clip. That's my way of kind of giving a shout out to the Silver Plus. I have a bunch of Bronze Warriors too, and I don't mean to, exclude them, but specifically the Silver Plus get the promise of the shout out on the rewards on my members page. And so if you're interested in becoming a member for the channel, we got $3 for bronze. I think it's $9 for silver. 9 silver and above become TNA interns, and then you can become part of the guild and have some certain benefits there also. Diamond and above have access to like one-on-one interviews with me, one-on-one time monthly. Guys, every penny helps. It helps support me continuing creating the content that you see me doing. Thank you guys. Have an amazing day. God bless.